Good morning, everyone. Namaste, and welcome to the beginning of the fourth week for this magical math morning session. We can call it as a magical Monday. Whatever pace you set on Monday, this will carry throughout the week. And today we are going to master the subtraction to the next level. We learned a simple trick of using the Vedic math trick of Nikhilam Navatas Charamam Dashataha, all from 9 and last from 1 in the last three sessions. And you learned how to subtract numbers from the numbers containing any number followed by zeros. We'll extend that one, but now we are going to learn the subtraction of any numbers. In fact, we'll just narrow down those things to the numbers which are close to 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, or 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, like that. And how we can convert a subtraction into a simple addition and then add on from there is going to be magical. And I'm sure that you are going to love this session. Let's start with the superfast subtraction by converting them to the math into a simple addition. If you take two numbers, let us take for an example, let's take some simple numbers. 115 minus 80. This may look very simple because it's hardly a difference of 35 is there. We can easily find out. But how do we do? Normally 5 minus 0 is 5 and 1 minus 8 is not possible. We borrow 11 minus 8 is 35. How do we do this? We'll find out 105 is how much more than 100. And 80, we'll find out how much less than 100. This is 115 is more than 100 by 15, and 180 is less than 100 by 20. That means the difference between these two, instead of directly finding out, we are splitting between, like if you consider this distance from A to B, we want to go. Instead of finding the total distance, what we take one milestone in between. How much will take from here to here and here to here. We add these two things, we'll get the total distance from A to B. So from 100, if you go above, it is 15. From 100, if you go below, it is 20. You add these two things, it is 35. This is the simple trick that we are going to use it today. And let's take this with few more examples. If you consider maybe 136 minus 74. What we do instead of doing this, 136 is 36 more than 100, 74 is 26 less than 100. Because 100 minus 74 we can do quickly by using the Nicholam Sutra, correct? And by practice, we can easily tell by visualizing the answer to 126. 30, 20, 50 plus 12, 62 is the answer. Isn't it? Definitely yes. Let's take, we'll consider some 184 minus 96. What we do? This is 84, this is 4. That is 88 is the answer. We need not write this, just visualize by how we do for 84. We'll just exclude this one, whatever left out is 84. And only this we are going to find out how much it is less than 100. It is 4 less than 100. You add 4 to this 84, you will get 88. Suppose if you have 4-digit number, we want to take 1126 minus 974. So this is 126 more than 1000, or I want to consider just 26 more than 1100. So what we can take 126. This is just 26 less than 100. 970. Sorry, less than 1000. 26 less than 1000. 126 plus 26. 152 is the answer. Isn't it very simple? Even if you take 1048 minus 926. What we do, 1048 is 48 above 1000, 926 is 74 above 1000. Addition of these two is very easy, correct? 110, 122. 122 is the answer. Isn't it very simple? Definitely yes. So what we are going to do, any number above 100 or above 1000, we find out the bigger number how much it is more than 1000, and the smaller number how much it is less than 1000. Can we do some practices? Let's take some numbers. Suppose we want to do 144 minus 77. What we do, 144 is 44 more than 100, 77 is 23 less than 100. Just to add these two differences, you will get the sum. That is 67. Addition, we are very fast now. Correct now? Because we have learned many tricks of addition. Directly, we can tell the answer is 67. Isn't it simple? So what we should do, if the number is not just above 100 or 2000, if it is above 200 or 300, let's take one number, 237 minus 148. So which is the 100 between them? It is 200. So we'll find out this, how much this is above 200, because we want to find out there is 200 within the line. One is 37 above 200, the other one is 52 below 200. Correct no? 237 is 37 above 200, 148 is 52 below 200. Whatever is the central point what you are taking, you find out the bigger number how much it is bigger than that, and the lower one how much it is lesser than that number. So add just 52 plus 37, 89 is the answer. Isn't it simple? Definitely yes. Let's take some numbers. Suppose we want to go for some bigger numbers. Suppose we want to find out 437 minus 265. 437 minus 265. Now either you can take 400 or you can take 300 as the base. Anyone, whichever you find comfortable. So if you consider 300 as the base, you have to find out 437 is how much bigger than 300. It is 137. And how much is 265 less than 300? It is just 35. 137 plus 135 is 272 is the answer. It is 272. Sorry. 172. Because it is 100 we have within this number. Suppose if we take 400 as the base, what we get? 437 is 37 more than 400, but 265 is 135 less than 400. So when you add these two, you will get 172. Okay, just you consider this also. Isn't it simple? Let's take few numbers, and this requires a little bit of a practice. Just you convert a subtraction to a magical addition. Let's take some 846 minus 525. We consider any one number only, either close to 800 or 600. We will not consider 700 because that will add up again 100 plus and 100 minus. So always I will try to consider the smaller one number which is relatively easy. I will consider 600 as a base. What we have, 846 is 246 more than 600, and 525 is just 75 less than 600. Addition is very simple. 200, 310, 321. Can't we do these things in a simple way? Just in a maximum 2 seconds we need for this one. Correct? Without writing this, let us practice now. How I do this? In mind itself, I will consider 600. 246 plus 75 means first I will add 70. 240 plus 70, 310, 316, 321. Very simple. Correct? So let's quickly recap with some example. If the number is above 100 and below 100, suppose we take 87 minus 42. We'll consider this number how much this is more than 100, that is 87. How much this is less than 100, that is 58. Just you add these two differences, we'll get the difference between these number, 130, 145. Any number more than 1000, about 2000 also, we can do the same thing. Suppose we take 2146 minus we have 1080, maybe 1982. Which one I should consider as the base? The middle one. I will take 2000 because whichever is nearer to this smaller number I will take. 2146 is 146 more than 2000. Sorry, 146 more than 2000. This is 18 less than 2000. When you add this, 150, 164. I'm adding also by grouping this. Correct? 164 is the answer. You try this. 6 minus 2 is 4. Correct. And 14 minus 8 is 6. And we have already given 1. So 10 minus 9 is 1. Correct. How much time this is taking? How much this is taking? It will more than double your speed. Shall we practice few numbers? Let's start with the simple one. 147 minus 86. Do this quickly. Put the answer in the chat. 147 minus 86. Yes, it is just 47 plus 14. It is just like adding 47 with how much is 86 deficient from 100. Any number deficient from 100 is very easy, correct? That is 47 plus 14 is 61. If you consider 192 minus 75. 192 minus 75. Quickly. By this time, we should have given the answer, correct? 92 plus 25. 92 plus 25 is 117. Correct. 90, 20 is 110. Then 5 plus 2, 7. Correct. A little bit practice, you will get this one easily. Let's take one more number. 1048 minus 957. 1048 minus 957. Always find the smaller one first. 1957 is how much? Yes, it is. 957 is how much less than 1000? It is 43. That 43 you add to this number, how much it is bigger than 1000? It is 40. 43 plus 48 is 80, 91. Correct? Let's take one more number. 357 minus 148. Take either 200 or 300 as base. It is easier to take 200 as the base, because smaller one, subtraction, will become always easier in that case. This is 52. This is 157. Correct? The difference is very simple, 209. Any subtraction we can do very simply by just following this method. You find out the number, you take one base number which is having